Hello and welcome on the Watches TV. Welcome at our Geneva Club, and off we go today for another birthday celebration. It had been a little while and I will very shortly open my present of the day. And we're not going to talk about fine watchmaking, but fun watchmaking in this new unboxing video. So let's not waste any time and let's get some unpacking done. Okay, simple box, quite heavy, and inside the cardboard box, well, you have another metal and quite original box, as you can see, with a serious hint of what will be inside. Okay, there you go, and let's take this timepiece out, and I think I will probably surprise you with this one, since it doesn't cost $500,000. So this is the Behrens B022 Rotary, which just participated in this year's GPHG in the Challenger price category, meaning watches under 4,000 Swiss francs. So let's be clear, it didn't win. That went for a more established brand, namely Tudor, but it doesn't take away the fact that this is a pretty cool watch, one that reminds me of a few things, and I'm sure I'm not alone, and I'll get back to this in a second. Well, there's nothing pretentious about it, and I do like the fact that we can also talk about and be intrigued by different type of timepieces, as this is a rather playful object showing you time in a different manner. But let me first describe the obvious. So you have a pin buckle leather strap. The case is made out of 360L steel. It's 42 millimeter in diameter, and inside you will find an ETA 2824 automatic movement, one used in a lot of watches, but with this watch the real interest concerns the time display module developed by Behrens, and let's precisely focus on this main particularity. And you guys immediately notice that there is something different in this volume. Like I just mentioned, this watch does indeed remind some of us of something seen a few years back when MB&F and Urwerk collaborated and introduced a one-off project with only 12 pieces made with the nitroglycerin timepieces using this rotary engine feature called the Wankel engine, an engine that could be found, for instance, in some Mazda cars, some even having participated in the 24-hour Le Mans race. Anyhow, the general idea is that instead of having a standard inline piston and cylinder like in all regular combustion engines, well, here the cylinder has a very different shape and the piston does its job by rotating on itself, if I can simplify it as such. So with this production watch, you have two different time scales. Hours found on the left, ranging from 12 to 12, from bottom to top. The hour indexes are machined and they stand out of this metallic arc with a slightly different surface treatment. And on the other side, well, you find the minute track smaller on a smaller arc, and minutes going from 0 to 60 from top to bottom. Then you have two triangles placed on top of each other that will serve as hands. The large bottom one for the hours and the smaller top one for the minutes. And it's the tip of each triangle angle which points at the current time on either scale. So I just said that they were on top of each other, but in a certain way it's a bit more complicated than this, as they don't move in a total circular way. There's a slight eccentric pattern to it, as I will demonstrate now. As you can see, the tip of the minute hand goes from 0 to 60, and it's about to disappear right now. The next triangle angle picks up at 0, and off we go again. On the hour side, same principle, apart that the marker goes from the bottom to the top in 12 hours. And one cool moment is at midday or midnight, just like now, when the hour triangle kind of fully disappears and opening up the dial, and then you can better see the date indication found at 9 o'clock. Obviously a bit more animation on the minute side, but it does give a sense of something always happening. Another pretty neat feature concerns the Super Lume Nova, as each tip of these triangles are coated with SLN and they pop out quite nicely in the night. The 0, 15, 30, 45 and 60 minute markers are clearly visible, but on the other side it's a bit more complicated, since you only have the hour marks at 3, 6 and 9 o'clock that stands out. Not the numbers, but only the markers, as I guess it would have been too complicated to code them. And it's therefore up to you to kind of figuring out, okay, nothing too complicated, you might be off by 1 hour or so, but if you're the super precise type of guy, especially in the middle of the night, well, then maybe you will just get used to this very easily. But I sincerely doubt that this is why you would buy this watch in the first place. It really offers something different, and to be honest, well, I didn't just discover it right now with this unboxing. Yeah, sorry about that, I cheated a little bit. And I've actually been wearing this watch for the last couple of days, and already, just for me, I mean, it's already pretty fun to look at it. But I did get quite a few comments, what's this, what are you wearing? And I can totally understand this. I mean, it's original, though we've already seen something like this some 8 years ago, but we're obviously not talking the same price range. And yes, this is no super high-end watchmaking with proper hand finishing and the likes. There is still something quite raw with this piece, but it's still pretty cool. It's called Behrens Inventor, for those who know the Nitro story. Well, let's say it's more of an adaptation, but when it allows people to have something cool at a more or less reasonable price, well, I say, why not? And I do like, for instance, that they also use the triangle piston feature for the rotor of this automatic watch. Something also seen on the box itself, because this is not only a decor, but it actually moves. So Behrens does sound German, and the name actually refers to a German architect of the early 20th century. But this company is actually Chinese. Okay, it uses a Swiss ETA movement, but I find it very interesting to witness something such as this watch, and goes in the direction of what the Swiss watchmaking industry is going through, with production volume seriously declining, but value going up. And at the same time, I sincerely have no idea if today we would be capable of coming with such a timepiece at such a price point. And then you start to grasp the current limits of the Swiss industry. Just some food for thoughts. So this proper glass box watch comes actually in two versions. This is the black version with the black carbon inserts, and there is also a blue version of this timepiece. The brand has some other interesting models revisiting some other mechanical principle, such as the hour satellite display, and I'm pretty sure they can improve on this, but already very interesting both as a product and what it means. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. See you real soon, and viva watchmaking!